How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of cloud hopefulness in the form of Ecliptic Brewing and Russian River Brewing. This be their part of their cosmic collaboration series that Ecliptic does, and this is their Pinot Noir barrel-aged Belgian-Style Golden Ale. It says here, in collaboration with Russian River Brewing Company, this Belgian-Style Golden Ale is aged for 11 months in Pinot Noir barrels. Say what? With Brettanomyces. The result is a slightly tart, fruity, yet wild, complex beer. And it is 8.3% alcohol by volume, which might be exactly the same ABV as their previous collab. So, right around 11 months ago, I received a beer from Ecliptic. They send me beer all the time. This one comes from them too. And it was a Belgian hoppy golden ale that they did with Russian River. That beer was fucking amazing. So I'm assuming maybe they just did a larger batch and just kind of messed with it, threw it in the barrels, threw a little Brett in there, kind of went a little bit wild maybe. Could it be the same beer? I don't know if it was 11 months ago, so maybe I'm just kind of whatever on this one. But if this comes anywhere close to that other beer, and go check it out. I forgot, it was 5 years, 5 beers, 5 years, or 5 years, 5 beers, kind of collaboration that they did with a bunch of different brewers, but it was the Russian River one, and I love the poop out of that beer. So label-wise, it's what Ecliptic does. It's space-themed. Beer-wise, it looks like a Belgian Golden Ale. But you're talking about that Pinot Noir barrel, so you're going to expect this nice big kind of vinous characteristic on top of the beer. Then you're adding that Brett on there, which you can actually get a vinous off of that from time to time too, but it depends on the strain you're using. It could be a little bit funky, a little bit tart, a little horse blanket, a little bit citrus. Who knows? It looks like a soft golden ale. Let's get a nose. That smells awesome. That Pinot Noir barrel is vibrant. It's not overpowering. The beer's still there, but it's definitely the leader in the clubhouse. Big, huge, lighter grape vinous characteristic. And it is a Pinot Noir barrel. It's not like a grape musty thing where it's like or I shouldn't say grape must. It's not like a grape juicy thing. It does have this kind of tart, kind of champagne-y, yeasty, kind of funky, kind of, for me, usually comes off slightly acidic, kind of wine type characteristic. But there is this bright kind of lemony note to it, too. It smells quite nice. Sweet malt. Nothing overly bittering or hoppy. It's really kind of leans in that kind of vinous wine characteristic with a little bit of funkiness going on, a little bit of tartness, and a little bit of lemon. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay. This is dangerous at 8.3%. It's way more vibrant in the nose than it is in the taste. And almost exclusively, you're going to look at that as a negative thing. I'm not sure that's the case here. There's a soft tartness to it. Those Pinot Noir grapes actually lead the way. On the nose, I was through and through, thought this was going to come through as huge, like, wine crazy, as opposed to grapey vinous characteristics. It's more grapey vinous than wine vinous kind of thing going on. It has this kind of rich, kind of grape juiciness to it in a very, very positive way. That soft tartness is nice. There's a little bit of funkiness coming from that Brett. That little bit of lemon, too, is subtly there. Not as big as I thought it was going to be in the nose, but it adds a little added characteristic to it. And there's this cool, spicy characteristic to it. I assume that's a hop. Maybe a hops of past. Something that was in like a boil or late edition kind of hop that's been in a barrel that comes off as like a spicy, funky, kind of old school kind of hop. There's a soft acidity to it. Not really that much of the taste, but I can kind of feel a little prickly inside. But it drinks below what the nose gives you as far as impact. As far as, for the lack of a better term, impactfulness. I think it's still at that volume level. I think what I'm getting in the nose is all there, but it has such rounded edges to it. Actually, you're 11 months at play. You throw this in that barrel for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I think it's a markedly different beer. That's why you can't fake time. Yeah. I mean, it's starting to get a little bit more acidic, but not in a negative way. It's really kind of sturdy, beefy kind of mouthfeel for such a light beer. It's not thick, but there's some density to it that kind of adds a character to it. It very much has wine vibes with it, without being that overly dry, tannic kind of thing that wine does for me that I don't like quite a bit. More specifically, kind of lighter white wine, stuff like that. I like this quite a bit. I don't know if I like it as much as that other beer. Not that I want to compare it to that other beer, but with it being so close to the same collaboration, only about 11 months later, I just can't help but assume these are built on the same base because the ABV is the same, the time frame is the same, the whole nine. And I think this is an absolutely fantastic beer. I would never hesitate to pick a bottle of this up if it was at a decent price point. But man, that other beer was fantastic. Let's put it this way. I wish these both came out at the same time and I could do it side by side to really know, because I don't know if like just history is making me think differently. But this is a fantastic beer. I mean, listen, I really do enjoy what Ecliptic does. They do get a little bit kind of in left field with some of their kind of fruited beers that come off a little bit extracty as far as the fruit comes. But when they collab with breweries like Russian River and some of the old school ilk, I mean, there's some really beautiful stuff that comes out of there. So, I mean, Russian River is rarely going to steer you wrong, regardless of the beer, whether they're on their side of the collab or the other side of the collab. And Ecliptic makes great beers, and this is probably one of the better ones I've had from them. Included that other one. Might like that other one a little bit better, but in the grand scheme of things, this does not suck by any stretch of the imagination. Let's talk about it. This is one of the better Belgian golden ales I've had. It would almost default to the top, because I don't remember an excellent Belgian golden ale. Some of the classic, sure, stuff like that, but it's that good of a beer. It's one of the better barrel-aged beer. There it kind of falls out of Mount Rushmore status, but it's still worthy of being in the conversation. Value and availability, I don't know. I see their stuff. So hopefully this comes in at a price point. I want this at less than $10 a bottle. I mean, some people are like, holy shit, less than $10, that expensive? But it's a Pinot Noir barrel. Big beer with Russian River. I mean, it is what it is, but hopefully this comes in. If you give me this at $6.99, $7.99, I'm buying it all day. Value and availability, well, I already did value availability. I don't know where Ecliptic stuff comes to, but hopefully you can find it. I know it gets over here in the East Coast, but I don't know how far these kind of collabs get. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like well-done beer, if you like Belgian ales, if you like wine barrel-aged beers, if you like Russian River, and you like really pretty beers, because that's what this beer is a showy, pretty beer in a very fun way. So if you like Belgian influence, old school Belgian influence beer with a little bit of barreling going on, you'd be hard pressed to find exceedingly more excellent than this. Is that correct verbiage? Whatever. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of collab goodness right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.